Hello everyone. So in the previous video we have discussed about the variables and the constant. In this video we are going to see what are the data types that Rust have and how we can define them. So the first data type that I want to discuss is signed and unsigned integer. So as we seen in the mathematics also it is similar. The major difference that I can tell you, signed integers can be negative also, unsigned integers can't be negative. So let me show you if let me x is equal to I8 is equal to 10. Okay, let me do it negative actually. So you can see I means signed, and you can see that it is defined as minus 10. Now let me define it unsigned actually. Ux is equal to ux, and I would say u8 is equal to 10. Okay, let me print it also, so would be better. Okay, so what I said, like it can't be negative unsigned. So if I say it negative, then it will throw an error and it will say you can't define minus 10 because u8 is a unsigned. So that is the major difference between signed and unsigned integer. I will just run it and you can see. So that is the major difference actually. There is nothing more to discuss. Yeah, the next thing that I want to discuss is the characters actually. So how we define the characters is similar to like other programming languages that you can say C is equal to A. So that is the character, and you can see C is A. Okay, and this is just similar to other programming language, nothing difference actually. So the next that we want to discuss is the Boolean. Boolean is also similar to other programming languages. Nothing major here. So we can say is true actually. Boolean, and this is true actually. So we can just say is true. This is the type that we are defining. Here we haven't defined the type. We can define the type also. It is normally if you don't define the just compiler automatically detects this. Okay, so if I run it, you can see is true, is true. Now the second thing, the third, actually this is signed and unsigned, signed and unsigned. Okay, and this is characters, this is Boolean. Now the third thing that I want to discuss is let's discuss tuples actually. What are tuples and how we define them in Rust. So let's say let's I want to say user info. Okay, and I just say like my name Arshad, and I would say just give a number like 1. Okay, and I want to if we want to access them, so we can access like 0 or 1. If I show you, 1 means this one, 0 is Arshad. So this is just like an array, and you can just user info, you can just define it like this, and you can access it. So this is pretty much simple. Let me also print the also one more thing actually. You can just deconstruct it also. So let me show you. Let name id name and id is equal to user info. Okay, when I say it, if you see it, name is the first variable, which is Arshad, id is 1. So it deconstructed and it will be in the name and id. If I just run it, you can see it like name is Arshad and id is 1. So it is pretty much simple, like you can just deconstruct it, you can just access it. So it is pretty much useful in the programming language whenever you see. The third thing that I want to discuss is the array. Array is like the same line, I would say. Like in other programming language you have seen, this is the array. Okay, this is the array of integer of 5 actually length. So you can see here also it is defined actually. It is a compiler already automatically knows it. It is, let's suppose we can define 8 also. That is the 2 is the default actually, the type. And okay, I use the comma here. So this is the normal array that you can define, and like as I said in other programming language also, you can just access it. And there's nothing special with the array. Okay, one more thing I want to show you. Let me do this here. So array 0, let's suppose I want to change it. Okay, array 0 is equal to, let's suppose, 10. Can we do it? And how can we do it actually if we want to? So that is the question. I can, so you can understand a new value. Okay, so we need to define the mutable here. Okay, whenever we define the mutable, that we learned in the last lecture actually here. So you define the mutable keyword, and this can be, array can be mutated now. The array 0 used to be 1, now it should be 10 actually. So let me print it. So what array 0 used to be 0, now array 0 is 10. So this is pretty much about the array. One thing I want to discuss is we have seen in other programming language also, if we have float, let small float, okay, it's equal to 3.0, and what we can define is big float also we can define. Okay, and let's suppose small float is not 64 but is 32. Now we define the big float, and it will be small float s f32, not the f32. I want to define this f64 actually. Okay, now you will see the variable type is f64. Okay, so what you can define, you can just use it, means the value of big float is coming from the small float, and there is no overriding. There is a overriding, but there is no overflow actually of the values. If we use the opposite, define f64 here, f32 here. If we are, let's suppose, you can understand this as like a two buckets, 32 liter, 64 liter. If we put the water from 64 liter full to 32, the values will be flow. But if you put the water of 32 into empty 64, then the water will not flow, because the value means f32 store less value as compared to f64. So that is one of the things that I want to discuss. Apart from it, I guess we have discussed everything about the data types. In the next video, we will discuss about strings, and it is one of the interesting topic, I would say. So keep subscribing. We will see you in